What's going on, Geek Pit? Welcome to Geeking Out with the Metal Geek. I'm your host, the Metal Geek, and I have one message to say that Geeking Out with the Metal Geek is partnered with W Energy. W is a genderless energy drink mix that you shake up and you enjoy. And not only that, you go to www.w.gg, use the code Metal Geek, and you receive 10% off. And not only that, coming up, we got the promoter of Rexfest. Let's give a geeking out welcome to Chris Rex.
What's up, everybody? What's up, Metal Geek? My
What's
man
going
Lance.
What's going on, dude? I'm
Yeah,
so
you know what?
I'm so pumped you're here, man. So pumped. We made this
you know
work.
what? I really I wanted to kind of take it slow with as far as advertising and getting on podcasts, but it's like the buzz is already out there, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go out with it and give whatever information I legally can, and get the ball rolling on Rexfest because we are the first promotion announced for that week. Like, and I wanted that. Like, and that was no accident. We've been planning this since June, man.
That's amazing. I'm so pumped for Rexfest. Rexfest's going to be amazing. It's the way you're describing it. It sounds like it's going to be like a Woodstock on steroids, man.
That's the goal. Is I love how you say on steroids. That's the goal. That's the goal. I honestly, when I first
I
started
actually
it,
didn't think about that, but it's actually a pun right there. You know what I mean?
uh,
So, yeah.
I when I thought of this, right, originally, like an opportunity came up, which I'll be able to talk about legally soon. But an opportunity came up. I'm just doing correct paperwork on it. But an opportunity came up, and I kind of jumped on it. I said I want to do this whole like festival type. I've always wanted to do a festival of pro wrestling. And like, do I always felt like rock music, punk rock music, and things like that, like kind of fit with wrestling. And podcasting is kind of like the new TV
Mhm.
when you think about it. Oh, did my did my camera go out?
I think
Did
it
my
did.
I think my camera went out. Okay.
But like you were saying, like podcasting really does is the new age radio, in my personal opinion. Because I remember when I was younger, I always used to listen to Howard Stern and Z100 and those guys, and now it seems like you got guys like Joe Rogan. It's just like crazy because podcasting really did take off within the next like 10 years ago. You know what I mean? When Joe Rogan decided, I'm going to do a podcast, put it online. And if you go back to watching his first episodes were complete garbage because he had no idea what was going on. He didn't know like the first thing of podcasting. But, you know, as time went on and as he progressed, like he really changed the game in podcasting.
No, Joe Rogan definitely did. Joe Rogan kind of, like I said, he created this platform that other people jumped on, and I feel like that's kind of where we're at in society. And it's definitely a form of entertainment. It's definitely a form of media. So I'm trying to incorporate everything pretty much into this. Like you said, the Woodstock. That's exactly what I said to myself. I'm going to try to change my camera here.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is because remember it's like podcasting's just taken off just so much back since then. I think your mic went now, but But yes, it just evolves so much, and now you have great podcasts like Colt Cabana, Chris Van Vliet. Um, there's just so many podcasts, and it's just and and since 2020, I think the podcast game grew even more because just everybody was home, people were listening, and everybody just wanted to start a podcast is what they wanted to do. So
Can you hear me now?
yeah, you're good, Chris. You're good.
All right. Um, no, you're right because 2020 is when I started doing podcasting too. Originally, it was like on this late night sports radio thing my boy was part of, and he was like, "Hey, kind of want to talk about wrestling?" It was for us. It was like 3 a.m. You know, but I was like, "Yeah, sure," and then I kind of liked talking about that. He was doing a radio show. I loved metal music, and I was like, I kind of want to do my own thing with that, and that's kind of where it all started was with Motley Metal, and then it came into podcasting about wrestling with the Bear of Texas, and then that turned into us doing a podcast on Dark Side of the Ring, and then that led to us doing our own podcast together. Like it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah, definitely, man. This we got the spooky text going on. There you go. Very Halloween right now. If you noticed in the background, so that's just so awesome. you know, but anyway, like I said, podcast. Yeah, so like you want? Let's get the interview started. I got a couple of questions. We'll start. How did you get the idea for Rexfest to begin with?
Like I said, there was an opportunity that fell in my lap, and my partner and a few of my partners' laps, and we jumped on it. And I said, I've always wanted to do like a kind of like a festival. And I said, all right, this should be the perfect opportunity to do it. Let's do it in Philadelphia WrestleMania. And
Yeah,
everyone at first thought I was crazy. And they were like, why? I said, because fans are already going to be there. Fans are already going to be in there that week. WWE, that's right. Rexfest, Philly, Thursday, April 4th. So it kind of, I was like, and I don't want it to be just wrestling. I want it to be music. I want it to be podcasts. Like, so at first it was just an idea, a thought, and then things started coming together to where it's like, you know what? No, this can work. We can get other promotions involved, and we can help showcase their talent, and we can all just fucking do this WrestleMania thing ourselves. Because other promotions do it. Why can't we? Why can't I do it? Like I'm the face of Rexfest. It is called Rexfest, which was not my first choice for the name. But the people that are involved was like, hell no, we'll call it Rexfest. The original name I had for it, I selfishly said Rexfest, right? But when I was doing the logos and the graphics and everything for it, just some concept art, it said Restfest because I didn't want to do WrestleFest. I'm like, that everyone does that. Restfest. And I brought it to my partners, and they were like, no. And I'm like, no, like it's WrestleMania week, like we could do something like, and they're like, no. And I was like, you want to know the name that I was thinking in my head? And they were like, yeah. I was like, Rexfest. And I thought they were gonna shit on it because I'm the type of person I don't like it's so like, oh, he's putting himself over. Here we go, like a whole festival named after him. And they were like, no. Yes, that sounds amazing. That sounds like a fucking party. That sounds like, and anyone who knows me knows I like to fucking party, man. So that's really where the idea came about, and I was like, all right, Rexfest. All right, cool. Because Joey, I was inspired by Joey Janela's Spring Break.
It's a fire name, they're saying. Yeah.
That's my boy Nesta Nest.
Yeah. So I always think of the name WrestleFest, like or
I just think
the
it's so played out. I
the
think that
wrestle
name is so played out.
the
I
WrestleMania kind of idea, you know.
Yeah, I wanted to do, but I was like I said, I was just in the preliminary stages. And once I said Rexfest to everybody, it just clicked, and they were like, "Yo, this sounds like a rock thing. And it fits." And I was like, "Fuck it, yeah, let's do it." Papa Dank, what's up?
What's up, dude? How's it going? Make sure you check him
So
out. Subscribe to Papa Dank. He's a good friend of the channel right here. So
that's pretty much where the idea came from. It's just wanting to put on this thing, and it just got bigger. It became more of a reality, and it became bigger than what I thought it would be.
Mhm. So how did you start your in the wrestling business? To be honest, how did you get your start?
All right, I have to say I started. It all started when I was backyard wrestling. I started backyard wrestling around like 2006. I was 16 years old. Um, and on some weekends we would go out to different places and pay them to use the ring, and they'd let us use the ring, and then we started picking up things from them. So we started paying them to go train and everything like that. We used to go out to Ace Pro Wrestling in Jersey, FTW in Long Island. So like those were two spots that we would just go back and forth from and start training there. And I I worked with PWS, throughout a lot of like my backyard career. Oh, I hate saying backyard career, but my time in the backyard. And that kind of got my foot in the door in the business, and then I started training under Joel Maximo, and that's really where everything I would say started for me. Is when I met up with Joel and started training under Joel.
What do you think the biggest thing that Joel taught you was?
Biggest thing he taught me? That's a good question. Out of all the podcasts I've been on, no one's ever asked me that. The biggest thing he taught me. All right, I'm gonna give you two answers. I'm gonna give you my comedic answer, and I'm gonna give you.
Best thing he taught you.
I'm no.
That's another.
I got two answers for you. All right, I'm gonna give you the comedic answer. Okay, the comedic answer I would give you is: you tear my canvas, you pay for a new canvas.
You break it, you buy it, sort of thing.
um, but
Love
no,
it.
honestly, is the best thing is he taught me is don't expect nothing, and like just you have to have like thick skin for this. You know, you can't be in his words, you can't be a pussy. You have to take things.
Mhm.
You have to take criticism. And he taught me more than just wrestling inside the ring. And I feel like that's what means more is that it wasn't we grew to not have just a wrestling relationship, but we grew to know each other and love each other like brothers. Like I look up to him as a father in some ways. I go to him for a lot of advice, and he helps me with a lot of things that I'm doing. He's helping me with Rexfest. So I mean, he taught me to be strong in this, and not just physically strong, but mentally strong with this, and to not give up. He was a guy that took me when nobody really wanted me, and he made me believe in myself, and he believed that there was something he can do with me, and he did. And through him I was able to learn a lot of things in the business. I had my hands in a lot of things, from helping him book guys to doing his graphics, being the music guy, being an announcer, a referee, a commentator for him. I've been a trainer for him, helping him train new guys. So he really helped me a lot.
That's the thing about Joel, though, that you put your nail right on it. He sees something in people that a lot of people don't see, and that's
Yeah.
100. That's 100% correct, man. You know.
No, yeah, he sacrifices a lot to help other people. I'll tell you that. That is one thing, is he sacrifices a lot to give other people the opportunity in times when most people with his name in the business and with his longevity in the business could easily be selfish and take everything for themselves. He's 100% about giving back.
And I believe that. I believe every word you just said right there because, working with him,
Yeah, yeah, and
Uh,
I've been there with him since the first day I stepped foot in his wrestling school. I've been with him.
uh-huh. Yeah. And yeah, so like I said, the minute you announced Wreckfest, I'm just gonna get a little joke in this one. How many DMs blew up right there?
Um,
Well,
Honestly, it wasn't when I threw it up. It wasn't that moment I threw it up. Though Simon Gotch did say it, but I've been in that position before, so I already knew what to expect. I used to book, me and Pun used to book for a promotion in Ohio that wound up failing. The promoter was involved in something that we wasn't trying to be involved in, and um, so once it was out that we were the bookers for that, our DMs blowing up every day. But when I announced Rexfest, um, at first it was on the Four Corners Network. We did a watch along, and the next day I kind of started working on all the things and the correct things to say at the time, and I put out that press release and the video. It was pretty calm. It was the people involved and that I have involved and I plan on being involved that were contacting me like, hey, oh man, this is happening. Like, oh my God, like we're so happy. And then throughout that week, that's when people started hitting me up and I had to tell them like, listen, I'm not, I'm not running like a wrestling card right now. Like that's not what I'm doing here. I'm other promoters are booking their own cards. So whatever they want to do, that's on them. But as far as me, uh, so it's really most of my DMs have been from promoters, to be honest,
mhm. Okay.
because it sounds like an event people want to be a part of, and let's be honest, at the end of the day, it's about money.
Yeah. Exactly. It's why would you not want to be a part of this? Because
Yeah,
think about it this way: it's WrestleMania weekend. That's probably the most eyes on weekend of the whole year.
yeah, man.
So
Yeah, and
why wouldn't anyone not want to be a part of that weekend if
and
you're
you
a
know, I'm
if,
working with promoters. Like I said, there's one, two, three promotions locked down so far out of the five. There's three promotions locked down, and we're trying to give opportunity to promotions and wrestlers that have always wanted to do this. It's always been my goal, my dream to wrestle on one of these cards during WrestleMania week, and because of, like you said, the spotlight that's on that, it's this big like euphoria of a week, and I now am in the position to where I can make this all about me, or I can give this opportunity to podcasters. I can give this opportunity to wrestlers, promoters, musicians, and I can give them the opportunity and give them the spotlight. So I'm not looking for anything other than my promoter duties.
Mhm.
I want to give people a spectacle, something that's worth their money.
yeah. Yeah. So my question to you is the biggest weekend of the year. How'd you fall into this during WrestleMania weekend with Vince watching and everything? How'd you sneak in there? Vince's backyard, right?
Um,
Yeah, backyard, right?
Honestly, it sounds like that it was this big little scheme. It wasn't. I literally had the idea. I said, "When are we gonna run?" I said, "Nope, we're not doing Friday. We're definitely not doing Saturday. We're definitely not doing Sunday. Yeah, Thursday we're doing it. Like we just said we're doing it right. We're doing it. And we already knew we wanted to do Philly, and then I said, all right, I want to go buy the hotels. I want to go buy the stadium. That's where I want to book a venue. That's where, and I talked to my partners about it. Like I said, we've been planning this since June. I talked to my partners about it, and they were like, yeah, let's do that. That's where there's going to be the most traffic, and our plan is to
Thirsty Thursday.
advertise around 3 states. So, fuck, I think we could do it, and things started shaping up to where, yeah, it's gonna happen. Like now, it's gonna happen, and I don't think there's any interference as far as WWE. Like we're not trying to compete with anybody. We're not. We're just trying to do our own thing and live out a dream. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just saying because a lot of promotions have tried to run near WrestleMania weekend, and then they got canned because Vince and didn't want any of the promotions near it. That's what I was trying to say.
Well, that's why I am doing things the legal way. There are a lot of contracts involved. So I mean, things are there to cover our asses and cover the people we're working with, cover their asses. It's a risk. It's a risk going in. I'm the underdog. People are like, what is this rexfest thing? It's an intriguing thing right now. It's generating buzz because it's intriguing. But until we make that first announcement, which is something where we're close
Can't
to
wait.
doing, it's like, all right, people are waiting for that. I know that they're waiting for that. I'm going on these podcasts to help hype it, but they're waiting for the one announcement that, all right, here's ticket sales, here's this. Like I said, domain name is already, like, we already purchased the domain name. All right, the website's already, it's not built, but it's bought, it's paid for. Um, Tickets are gonna, we already announced our ticket pricing on. I announced it on the Brotherly Love podcast that price range for full day tickets is going to be $125 for the
Well,
full day. That gives you access to the wrestling, the podcast, the music, all of that. There will be single event tickets available for purchase, but you buy the single event ticket, that's, you're buying it for that event. So promotion ABC, is running at this time. You buy a ticket for that event, that's it. You're not getting the whole shebang. Um, and that's more because we want people to get the $125 tickets, not only from a monetary standpoint, but because you're going to look at everything you're getting for $125. I mean, our production, oh man, our plans for production is gonna be amazing. The bands and podcasts are actually gonna be doing their thing inside the ring.
that's crazy.
It's
That's crazy, man. Yeah.
I've always wondered why people don't do that, and I'm like, fuck, we're gonna do it. Like, this is fucking Rexfest. This is fucking the Woodstock of pro wrestling, and we're gonna
Well, the
have them.
Woodstock without the chaos,
Yeah.
right?
Oh no, there may be a little chaos. We're in Philly,
Is it gonna
baby.
be?
It's
Is it gonna be
WrestleMania
no
weekend.
chaos?
I
Chaos,
mean,
but I mean
listen, I'm
no.
just saying the Philly is the home of ECW. I'm
No, I
just
mean like
saying that,
there's gonna be no fires. There's gonna be no
Oh no,
kids.
hopefully
No,
there's no
no.
people don't light nothing on fire, please, because then we got to pay fines on that and shit. And listen,
That's what
dealing with the
I'm
state,
talking.
is crazy. But no, it's why put them off on a stage somewhere else when you, fuck it. We're gonna do have everybody participate in the ring. Podcasts are gonna be done. Everything's gonna be live streamed. Podcasts are gonna be live streamed. Performances are gonna be live streamed. The wrestling is 8 hours of wrestling.
8 hours.
8 hours total of wrestling.
This is like a WrestleMania that you're getting. That you're basically getting. Yeah, yeah, no,
100, 120.
sorry, Vince. Sorry, I didn't say that. Did I say WrestleMania?
it's
No, it's
it's
Rex.
definitely you're getting that. You're getting live music. Like, we're getting podcasts. Um, there's going to be vendors there. I have personally my cousin who lives in Florida, he has a business where he has a bunch of retro games and stuff still in the packages, rare stuff. And he's coming in. He's like, I think I can. I was like, why not, man? Yeah, celebrate. It's not just wrestling. It's a celebration of I guess modern art. Let's say I'm not trying to be bougie, but when you think about it, it is. It's pro wrestling. It's podcasts and vlogging and all that shit. I mean, it's music. You got vendors and street vendors and people, with video games and action figures. Man, it's
This fits
everything you could want.
this fits geeking out with the Metal Geek style
It
right here,
does.
dude.
It does. And you know
With
what?
metal music and and
It
wrestling
all
and
fits together, bro. It all just fits together. And I'm not being a gatekeeper or nothing. Like, I'm inviting people to be a part of this. Like, hey, this is a good chance for you to get a spotlight on yourself, and this my goal. I'll tell you, my goal is 300 people. That's all I'm looking for.
that was one of the questions I had.
I'm setting a reasonable goal. 300 people during WrestleMania week with advertising in 3 states. I mean, it's we're going to be advertising in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania.
That's gonna be insane, dude. And not only that, you're probably gonna have people from Long Island as well. So
Exactly. I mean, you're
I'm
gonna, and then plus the people that are already there. I'm not going there showing up the day to that venue, and no, I'm showing. Like, I have a whole plan to fucking go out there with my crew and advertise that week
that's
earlier,
fair.
so that we
That
can get the people that are coming in for WrestleMania and hand them our little flyers and stuff, and get that old school way of advertising.
yeah. Yeah. So man, like I said, you're gonna be helping a lot of podcasts, wrestling promotions, and you're just giving back to the wrestling business. That's just so awesome.
100%. That's really what was driving it for me. Is I get the opportunity to help people and give not only just podcasters but even other companies with sponsorship and getting, like, my company, my cousin's little business, getting that help going for him and everything, because he's like, hey man, I'm not really technical or anything. I said, don't worry, anything you'll need, I'll handle that for you, because you're my cousin, but I'm giving him the opportunity to come and make a market for himself. Even he's gonna sell shit. I told him, bro, you're gonna sell something. You're gonna make your money's worth. Okay, but to just give him the opportunity to get his brand name out there now, not just it's just his brand name. Even if you sell nothing, people now are gonna know who you are.
You're giving the exposure is what you're doing. It's
Yeah,
saying you're meeting people. You're saying
I
hi.
plan on talking to, as the date gets closer, news channels and things like that. I mean, I'm want to make this big time, um, and I want to get as many eyes on this as possible. You know, if I get 300 people, I'm satisfied. I'm happy. People, everyone that's around me that I been talking to about it, like, oh, this, we're probably aiming for a little bit more than three.
Yeah,
And I'm like, well, I'm still confirmed. Like, I'm firm on three. Like, I'm content with three. If I get more, I'm gonna be happier than a pig in shit. But I just want that three. Like, I'm trying to be very humble about this, but I'm also driven to just every day work, 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 work on this. I go to work with my brother, come home, boom, 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 work on some rexfest stuff. It's
yeah,
24 hours really.
yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait, dude. That's gonna be awesome. WrestleMania weekend. And what would happen if you were to reach your goal plus more than you expected?
My talent gets like the talent that I am involved in something, like I said, but I can't legally speak on it yet.
That's fine. That's fine.
But
That's fine.
the people that my team and the people that I brought in and to help, they get a pay bump.
Uh-huh.
They get a pay
Yeah.
bump. Like, that's how I see it. It's more money, right?
And I guess Rexfest 2 happens, right?
Yeah, I mean, Rexfest. I want this to be good to where I wake up the next day and I contact these promoters and say, what are we doing next year? Like that's what I want. I want to wake up April 5th and be like, okay, guys, what are we doing next year?
Mm-hmm.
Let's find out where WrestleMania is going to be next year, and let's go. Let's start Rexfest Part 2. You
What
know,
What is your opinion WrestleMania is going to be next year?
I really don't know. And now that I'm thinking about like doing a Rex Fest if this goes well, when this goes well, doing another Rex Fest next year, shit. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe they just did the West Coast. They did Detroit. I mean, where else?
They're thinking of Minneapolis because Brock might be retiring. They're thinking of doing Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. That'll be a little venture. But hey, I did it once, right? Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Like, I guess so. I guess maybe I'm hoping it's within tri-state area. I'm hoping, but they're already doing Philly this year, so I personally would like it to be down south somewhere
Florida.
because I like the warm weather.
It could be Dallas again. They're saying no, not Dallas.
Minneapolis, Dallas. Listen, as long as it's somewhere nice and warm, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. I hate the cold. I really hate the cold. I live in Pennsylvania. I fucking hate the cold.
If it's in Minneapolis, man, that place is gonna be freezing, man. It's gonna be worse than WrestleMania. Was it 35 when it rained?
Oh man.
That was the worst. Well, not the WrestleMania wasn't bad, but it was 8 hours. That was an 8 hour WrestleMania right there. But the way they handled that WrestleMania, the transportation was awful.
Bro.
I
I'm
got
just
home.
hoping that Rexfest is not that it is like from a legal standpoint and from a financial standpoint a success. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got a lot of people's time and money involved in this, so I'm really trying to like cross my T's and dot my I's. And
Yeah.
but I did have some notes myself here. That we are opening up the invitation for sponsorship opportunities, and we do have sponsorship packages, which I guess I'll give you the scoop on right now.
Scoops!
There we
Breaking
go.
news!
There we go.
Breaking,
I had to
breaking
get
news!
something for you. I had to get
Yeah,
something for you.
yeah, I did break
Yeah.
something. Man, this is not going to be the only breaking news. We're going to have more because it's still early. You got to remember that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not.
Still
It's
early.
only you're going to come back and then eventually. So
All right. So at starting off, we have the opener sponsor. All right, that's $250.
Hold on.
Okay.
$250, right?
Yep. You get logo placement on all event materials, mentions throughout the event and live stream, social media mentions, and you get 2 full day tickets.
That's $250, right? What'd you say?
That's $250.
All
right. Then we have our mid card sponsor, which is $500. You get the logo placement on all event materials, mentions throughout the event and live stream, extensive social media mentions and coverage, on-site booth or activation area, vendor table, 5 full day tickets and 5 event t-shirts, so 5 Rexfest t-shirts, and a personalized digital copy of the event recording.
Wow.
Yeah, and the personalized digital copy, when I say personalized, it's going to be personal. Like it's for you, for being a sponsor. It's going to have extra content specifically for you. Then we have our main event sponsorship.
The main event. By the way, I love these tiers. By the way, these tiers.
Man.
You should have had the jobber sponsor right there.
You
And
know,
then
I
you,
was, but I was like, well, I don't want the sponsor to feel like a jobber. They could feel like an opener, though. You know.
that's true, but you know,
Main event sponsor, that's $1,000. Here you
man,
get pretty much everything. You get premium logos placement on all event materials, mentions throughout the event and live stream, extensive social media mentions and coverage, on-site booth activation area or vendors table. You get 10 full day tickets and 10 event t-shirts, exclusive meet and greet opportunities with the talent, a personalized digital copy of the event recording, and you get an autographed event poster.
damn man, yeah.
And of course, it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be live streamed. So, I mean, the sponsors are going to be shout out throughout the day. It's 12 hours. When you think about it, it's 12 hours of sponsorship, you know. And we also have customized sponsorship opportunities. So if you have specific goals or ideas for your sponsorship beyond the standard packages, we are open to customizing a sponsorship package to meet your needs and objectives. So you can contact us. We actually have an email now, which would be mail@rexfest.live. That's mail@rexfest.live. Or you can call 570-345-9REX. That's 570-345-9REX. No, I am not joking with that phone number. That is
Giving out
legit.
the phone number right on the stream right now, man.
Oh, no. That's the legit phone number is 9REX. So it's 7393, I believe, or something like that. Yeah, it's
Man, this interview's been so much fun, man.
um
Blessed.
but yeah, man, it's I got we've got like agreements going out with these sponsors. Like it's profitable for everybody involved. Like I said, sponsorships are available. And I'm open to talking with more podcasts. I'm open to being on here again when we get more information, because like I said, I see this as this your podcasts or now your new news networks. That's where people is. Yeah, Ness, I am real with the phone number. It is registered, like it is me. All right. That's how you contact me for Rexfest. You want interested in tickets, more information, call that number. I'm kicking it old school, man. I'm doing every way of advertising.
It's it's like the WWE now. Like what is it? The 800 number, the one
The
800,
800 number,
the
yeah,
number
man.
call for WCW, right, or whatever.
Legit.
Uh,
That's the number.
the
All
one
right,
eight
you
hundred
want to
now.
well,
That
it ain't 100. It ain't a 1-800 number. I did it, where it's again 570-345-9REX. And
uh,
I'm dead ass. I legit be talking to the promoters on that number. Like that's the business number. That's the business line.
that's awesome, man. So, I have a question. If you could book, then this is a dream scenario. If you could book anyone, including WWE and AEW, on RexFex, who would it be? It could be, and this could be anyone. We're breaking the budget here. We're breaking the RexFex budget.
Anybody.
Yeah,
All right.
anybody.
I got two answers for you. I got the business side of me answer, and then I got the wrestler side of me answer. All right.
Mhm.
We're gonna get both of them. The business side of me, Hulk motherfucking Hogan.
Well, that won't make sense. He's ratings right there, man.
I mean, come on, bro. You say Hulk Hogan, I mean, instantly. All right, it's profit. It's profit. Bro.
John Cena's ratings too, man. There's
Yeah,
another one. Oh,
John Cena is up there. Yeah,
that's
John Cena. But I mean, it's Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan.
yeah.
You know how many times I've gone into a bar and like my dad will be telling his friends that I'm a wrestler and everything. They're like, oh, like the stuff Hulk Hogan does, man. It that everyone knows Hogan. Everyone knows The Rock, right? Honestly, I would say Kenny Omega from a wrestler standpoint. If I had Kenny Omega on my card
Holy
on
crap!
Rexfest, not even like just at Rexfest.
Kenny Omega versus anybody, man. Right?
Kenny Omega versus the world.
Kenny versus anybody on Rexfest, man. Anybody.
That's why The Rock is awesome. That's why he's gonna run for president. Watch.
The Rock is awesome.
That'll be the first president I vote for.
Oh man. Yeah, Ever Spiffy in the chat. She loves The Rock. Yeah.
Man, that's someone
Yeah.
I'd like to have too. So as we could say, as you could tell through the email, the website that we have, it's not up yet. I'm still designing it, and I will be launching it soon though. That's where you'll be able to get tickets and everything else live stream. It'll be rexfest.live. The most
Yeah.
simplest website, like rexfest.live.
All right.
So
To delge away from Rexfest for a little bit, you want to talk win a little bit?
Yeah. Let's talk some. I'll be honest with you, I haven't been at the last few shows, but I'm still in the loop with Win.
The Win, man, they've been killing it the last couple of shows, man.
He's got a talented roster. He's got a talented roster, and I'll be you'll be seeing me on that roster soon. I'll just tell you that. You'll be seeing me on that roster soon. I got a lot on my plate right now. But once things start easing up for me and my schedule becomes a little bit better, I'll be out there and I'll be whipping some Win ass.
I see a lot. To be honest, they're not there yet, but in like 5 to 10 years, they're going to be the next big thing in wrestling. I'm guaranteeing, because Win's got such an incredible roster right now. They got so many great people. It's like who do you focus on? Because there's just so many good guys.
Well, that's the thing. That's Joel's always been good at, is booking these phenomenal talent where the promotion isn't based around one guy. It's based around a group of people, and that's how he used to book his student shows at the Ludus. That's how he used to book Fighting Spirit Wrestling. Was he trained these guys to be phenomenal, and his cards are put together to where it's this eclectic mix of styles, and you can't really say that there's a bad match on the card. And Joel's booking philosophy has always been like that, and it works. Mm-hmm. And even showing in Win, like, he puts together these young guys and he makes magic with them. He takes these pretty much like the land of misfit toys. He takes them and he puts them together and magic happens, Mm-hmm. He has a way of booking wrestling and thinking about wrestling. That it's influenced how I look at wrestling and do business, as far as, because whether you're booking a pro wrestling card or whether you're booking a festival, it's kind of the same mentality, especially when you have a creative mind like Joel. And exactly. I kind of have that same creative mind. He taught me pretty much everything I know as far as the wrestling end of it, and I take that into everything I do. And Joel is able to sit there and think of a match in his head, and in his head see exactly where everything's going to happen. This is going to happen in this corner, and then you're all going to be over here in this corner doing that. Like, he sees it in his mind, and he's a genius when it comes to this. Like, if there's ever been someone that's been born to do this, it's Joel Maximo.
Yeah, I saw someone like Ilias. I believe Ilias Taylor's name, or
Ellis Taylor.
Ilias Taylor. It's the first time I ever seen him wrestle. Absolutely amazing. Blew my mind. That kid is gonna be, like, I'm telling you, like, the next couple of years, he's gonna be on fire.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
like, he's gonna be in that main event scene, is what I'm trying to say. He's gonna be in there.
And that's the thing with Win, anybody can be in that main event. Like, there's not a guy on that roster that you can't see in the main event scene. Hamlet hurts you. Papa Don. Santos. You have Joey Conway, who is the champion.
Mm.
I like the slime balls. Like all of them have the opportunity to be in that main event level. I don't
Audacity.
think I don't think there's such thing as far as with Win as a lower card, mid card. I don't think there's such thing as that because every match is pretty much a banger.
Hmm.
And when you have that, you can't sit there and say, "Oh, that's a mid card." Really? Because it
No.
sounded like a main event match. You know?
Hmm. Anybody could be in that main event and on that card, man. So,
Yeah.
but and what was so far? What was your favorite moment from Win that you've seen? That the shows you've been to?
Oh, hold on one second. Hold on one second. My speaker.
Yeah, your mic went.
All right. Yep. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Um, I have to say that match, the 10-man match for that Crown to Win champion, being a part of that match and being backstage
Mhm.
and hearing how this match was planned, it was innovative. It was crazy. Um, so my favorite moment has to be that match and the way, just the fact that how it was put together and everybody looked good in that match and it went off. It went off and it looked like anybody could win that belt.
My favorite, everyone's like they're saying the end. I was just about to say that was probably my favorite moment right there when the end returned at the last show.
Yeah,
That was my favorite moment right there. Being able to watch that, being in the building for that, that place going dead silent. Being,
I have my own little history with the end,
uh-huh.
um, but they've always caused trouble, and I didn't expect to see them back, but they're back, I guess, and I guess Win now has another problem on their hands.
Yeah, they invaded my
Listen,
podcast.
I'm not as involved with Win, so it's like I can only come to you from an outsider's perspective. I did my referee time with them, and Face choked me out in the match, and it was a little rougher than it was. It was supposed to be. Things weren't supposed to work out that way. Um, so I really haven't been around Win since then. And then, like I said, I've been working on Rexfest, but I'm always in support of Joel and what he has to do.
Now that Face is the champion, man, would you ever consider challenging Face?
Listen, get me in the ring. I'll go with anybody. Fate. If listen, I was there to referee, right? I was there to do a job as a referee, and he put his hands on me, and I wasn't expecting it. There were what, 3, 4 other guys in the match that he could have put his hands on. Come on, come on. He pulled the
That's
CM
cheap.
Punk. He pulled the
That's
CM
cheap.
Punk move right there. Yeah, he pulled the CM Punk move. He picked
That's
on the
cheap.
guy. He picked on the guy he knew he could pick on. But get me one on one with Face. I mean, he's a scary dude, but I Face scarier.
Uh-huh.
So, I ain't stepping down from a challenge. Joel want to book that, he go ahead and book that. I'm
Yeah,
good with it. I'm ready to hand it out to him. Especially, I give him a receipt of my own.
definitely, man. And one more thing, I was just about to ask. This is probably the final thing. What would your favorite match? Well, obviously you said the 10-man match, but I absolutely love the world title match between PJ Savage and Joey Conway.
I haven't seen that match yet.
You have not
Um,
seen
no,
classic
no.
classic match right
I
there.
have not been at the last couple events. Um, but PJ Savage, Joey Conway, two talents that you're going to see big things from in Win. I can tell you that. I can tell you that right off the bat, dude.
Those two are amazing. Yeah.
Those two are phenomenal. It's I'd like to see them do more independently though.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like outside of Win, outside of the local scene,
Hmm.
I like to see them go out to Florida, to go out to Texas, to go out to Cali. You know, like
They deserve
those.
more.
Yeah.
They
Well,
deserve
I
more.
listen. I'm someone that's tell you don't nobody deserve shit in this business. Ain't nobody don't nobody deserve nothing, and don't nobody should expect anything. That's how I always thought. Don't expect anything to come out of this business, and nobody deserves anything. But I would like to see them, you know, flourish and go out and do bigger things. And because listen, the independents aren't forever.
No.
Nobody's going to be the next Vince McMahon that quickly. No amount of
Exactly.
money we're seeing with AEW, still, so you just got to understand that you're giving these people, you're building your company to give other people a bigger spotlight and make money pretty much for the time that you have these phenomenal talents, and hope that because of your promotion or because of them being involved with your promotion, they get signed. I mean, that's really the reality of it. I mean, it's a shitty reality when you think about it, but hey, I mean, that's what the independents are.
Uh-huh.
Unless you're unless you're willing to do the things that Vince McMahon has done, and I mean that business wise, um, then you're not ready to be in competition with Vince McMahon. Like, if I ran a promotion, I'd be perfectly satisfied with just doing my own thing and putting on a product that draws fans and
Hmm.
hopefully gets a bigger spotlight. Rexfest isn't, Rexfest is fucking isn't even it's not even a wrestling card. There you go. But there's this spotlight that's going to be on it, so it gives an opportunity.
Thursday.
I'm not trying to make Rexfest a weekly thing. I'm not, no. Rexfest would probably be yearly, and that's it.
Now I got some international friends. Is there any chance that we get when Rex Fest is successful, we get an international version of Rex Fest?
I would listen. That would take a lot more budgeting and like a lot more financing and logistic wise, but I would love to, man. I would love to, because that means I would have to get my crew, make sure they all got passports, make sure they all like I gotta. Yeah, there's a lot of logistics that go into it, man. So, but I personally would love to do it out there. If it was more logistically if I was more logistically capable of doing it, like yeah, I would do a Rex Fest out in the UK. I'd do a fucking Rex
I'd
Fest
love
out
it.
in Germany.
Japan.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah,
Judge
fuck.
Rex Fest. That'd
Oh,
be that,
We do Rex Fest Japan. I'm definitely wrestling on that one. All right, that's my all right.
Cork and
I'm I'm
Hall right there.
I'm
You're
not
doing it in
I'm not
Cork.
I'm not working this Rex Fest. I'm not working on a card. I've been thinking about wanting to, but I'm still hesitant on it. But I'm like just kind of like so focused on just kicking back and producing.
Yeah.
It's all I really want to do is produce the event, because
But yeah.
I want to run around. I want to be the guy that makes sure everything's running. You may even see me on camera on the live stream. You may see me run around and go talk to some like I don't think wrestling and being able to do that. I think that'll be a big headache for me.
Yeah.
Granted, I'll have a team there, but it'll be a big headache.
I have a lot of respect for SAT, man. They produce and they wrestle on the same show, which is freaking crazy. That's crazy.
It's not an easy thing to do.
No,
It's not.
I
And
don't.
then from what I expect of myself and what I want my production to look like, I'm even adding a little bit more of a stress level than I need to. But it's like, no, because when this shit goes on camera and they see this live stream, they're gonna be like, oh shit. When they see how we light up this fucking venue, it's gonna be worth it.
Mhm.
It's gonna be worth it. Me and my partners, we've gotten into arguments about, like leading up to it. Like it's just, with the days where we don't talk for a couple of days because it's like, all right, like because there's money involved, because there's relationships at risk. We're trying to make everything, everybody happy, and you can't make everybody happy. So it when I say this is a risk, I don't mean just financial risk. I don't mean just a risk doing it WrestleMania week. It's a risk on relationships as well,
Mhm.
because I got family and friends and people that I've met throughout the business that are trusting me and you know and putting their trust in my team.
Mhm. And well, Vince cashed out, and that's not one to top.
Rexfest could be the next Oktoberfest. Man, I all right. I wish I had the budgeting to do
There you
something
go.
like
There you
that.
go, man. There you go, right there.
I
Beers
wish
at
I
Red.
had the budgeting to do something. I
We need
am
we need
looking.
beer vendors. We need beer vendors now, man.
Listen,
You
the
know.
thing here, here's a little problem I run into with venues, okay? And the whole beer thing. If a lot of things won't let you have your beer vendor because that's how they make their money, because they sell beer themselves, you know. So what I want to do is kind of running into an issue, because food is another thing. You have to, like, you can't have people there for 12 hours and not have food.
Yeah.
And I want to kind of do something different that um, wrestling promotions haven't done. You know, you get your fucking nasty hot dog and your nasty hamburger from the fucking venue and all that shit. Like, I kind of want to do something different and have like food. I don't know.
Could
Food.
this be?
I don't know.
Could this be another episode of Geek Eats right there?
Right. I mean, as far if I can get like a food sponsor and stuff, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
This
I
ain't an
am
ad
looking
read
at it.
though.
I am looking at a sponsorship, trying to get a sponsorship with Red Bull. That's
Sponsorships are the deal right there, man. I
shit,
mean,
bro. And like a name like Red Bull would help. Um,
you need the numbers right there, right? That's what you need.
I need what I need. What I need is a fucking $1 billion. Is it?
Once Rexfest makes $1 billion at the box office, you could say, "Hey, Red Bull, you want to be our sponsor?" There you go.
No, 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 no.
Uh,
Fuck that. At that point, I don't need the Red Bull. But no, man, it's a lot of people think, like, as far as running a wrestling event and running because running a wrestling event, it has its complications in itself. I'm running a festival, a 12-hour festival. It's that's a lot harder, and it's not an easy 1, 2, 3 thing. Even announcing it, we were planning this since June. We didn't announce it till what, 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
So things we're trying to be strategic about it, and there's certain things you have to go through with the state to pull something like this off, and you have to make sure that everything is legit, because anything that is any information that I give that's false, or any, that's good, that could fuck up everything. So, like, I'm very hesitant on what I speak about as far as announcing and things like that, because I don't want to say something that's gonna fuck this whole thing up, and I don't want to put something out there that I can't fulfill.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit there and say, "Oh, I'm gonna have this and this and this and this," and then I can't fulfill that promise. No. So as time goes on, there will be more announcements. There will be a venue announcement soon. Again, it's working with these venues. It's not always an easy thing either. You know,
Trust me, I give you a
it's
lot of
it's
respect right now.
it's not. But we're trying our best, especially for, like, again, the type of event that we want to pull off. You're talking about, now you have to figure out pricing, right? And now talking and negotiating with venues over price, because this is a 12-hour event. Now you have to book their hall or their business for 12 hours. They have to make their money, but you also have to stay within your budget, you know. And it's negotiating. It's business, and it doesn't happen 1, 2, 3.
No, it doesn't.
And then sometimes, you could wait a week before you hear something back from somebody, and dealing with other promoters, and then it music, and I have record labels and A&Rs that are sending me music, and you know I'm just trying to figure out scheduling. It's a lot of work to put into it, man. Definitely one of the biggest things I've ever thought of doing in my career.
Yeah. Chris, I want to thank you so much for coming on, man. I can't wait to spread the thing about Rexfest, on this podcast. You know,
Well,
Rexfest's gonna be
I did
crazy.
talk to you about, being the official pre-show for Rexfest.
Is that another spoiler right there?
There we go. We can say it right here, man. It's the
Because-
Metal Geek Podcast. I give you another little spoiler there. Yeah, I did it. I did invite the Metal Geek to come on as the official pre-show for Rexfest, which will be live streamed, which will be taking place inside of a professional wrestling ring. So and yeah, man, I think that, again, it's a good opportunity to get eyes on Metal Geek. You'll be performing in front of pretty much a live audience, as well as an audience online.
yeah,
So it'll I think it's a good opportunity. And again, I want to work with people that have supported me and that support me currently. And I've always gone with the underdog. Like, that's my thing, is I like the underdog. I like the guy that's still trying. So
I'm
I
that
want to give those
underdog.
people. I want to
I'm
give those people the chance, man.
I'm that underdog right there, man. But keep going. I'm that
That's it.
underdog. That doesn't matter for me. It don't matter if I have one person in the chat or zero. I'm just gonna be that guy that's gonna keep going.
You got to keep going, man. That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
But
you know.
thank you for having me on, man. It was good
All right,
chopping up with you, talking about Rexfest,
so you get
April 4th, 2024, Philadelphia, PA, the Woodstock of pro wrestling, baby.
so you got anything coming up besides Rexfest, or you're gonna be at, or social medias, or you want to plug?
We could plug my social media. It's all social media platforms right here below me, right here. Yep, right there at Rex Wrestles. That's REX Wrestles. That's on
Yeah,
everything. I'm on the TikToks too. That's where you can stay updated about announcements for Rexfest. There will be the website and the official social medias for Rexfest launching soon, so be on the lookout for that. I'm just really focused on Rexfest right now. And that's really it. Like, I may or may not be coming in to win. I'm just focused a lot on getting this event happening, and really working towards April right now. But if you follow me on social media, you'll know if something pops up, or what else I'm doing.
definitely. And I am having my fingers crossed because I know Rexfest is gonna be a success, man.
Oh,
'Cause-
it's already shaping up to be a success, man. Like,
and and not only that, you can support this stream right there. The QR code is right there, man. So just
yes, that
make sure you
QR
support.
code. I think it's right, like, here.
What? Yeah.
Somewhere. They can't see, but I'm pointing to it right now. I'm
Uh,
pointing to it right
the,
now.
the QR
Geeking
code.
out, support the stream, scan that QR code, help my brother out.
Yeah, and the best part is it costs you nothing.
Zero.
Costs you zero.
Free.
That you'll be helping me out so much. All right, and support this guy as well. So this is Geek, and this is Chris Rex, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Rock hands up, man.